We are joined by Mayor Pat Sobeski to talk about issues coming up at City Council this week and the meeting coming up Thursday night. The bylaw that you enacted last year in terms of dealing with methadone clinics is coming up again, and it's a very comprehensive report. And what is that report telling us, Pat?
Well, the report is saying that planning has been looking at different bylaws that municipalities have tried. They've been observing some of the actions and some of the resulting court actions that have resulted from other communities implementing bylaws. So part of the recommendation will be to extend the interim control bylaw for a year, which restricts any more methadone clinics coming into the city of Woodstock. But we're sitting back to observe what other communities do, because we anticipate that any bylaw we do, there's a good chance it will be challenged. Now, I know last night in London, London was looking at theirs, and for example, they're doing something like no new methadone clinics can be located within, I think, 300 meters of a school or a church, and that waiting areas within the building must be at least 15% of the square footage of the building so that there's no loitering in front. So I haven't seen all the details, but we're examining all those, and we'll then put together our own methadone bylaw.
Now, this arose out of concerns from the downtown, and it's just key to point out, I think, that Clinic 461, where it's located now, whatever you enact for a bylaw, that's going to be, grandfathered in. It's probably going to stay where it is. That's
exactly right. That is grandfathered, and so it's a legal use where it is, and so it can stay there. The concern is if a new methadone clinic came to town, where can it be located? So that's what all municipalities are taking a look at.
All right, so we'll wait and see on that one. Waiting and seeing on the budget as well. Councillors have a chance to put forward motions for cuts or additions coming up on Thursday night, and we're still waiting to see what's going to come forth in terms of motions.
Yeah, I haven't even seen them yet. Councillors were instructed as a courtesy to get their suggested amendments to the treasurer. So as we're speaking, I'm sure she's compiling a report that will come out this afternoon listing down the potential amendments, which will be debated at the council meeting on Thursday. So we'll see what comes out of this. Rather than doing amendments as we went along, councillors listened to all the presentations, and we'll see the summary later today.
Okay, and I guess the other minor note from council coming up Thursday night, we're going to name the new industrial park, and just give us a background where it's located and what your options are.
Well, I don't know if it's an industrial park or an industrial street we're talking about here, but there's a street that would run from Dundas up to Lansdowne, kind of in between where Lansdowne and County Road 4 is. The northern part would go through the former Woodall Farm, and when we purchased that farm, there was an agreement that the street that went through the old Woodall Farm would be called Woodall Way. Well, the Woodall Way street extends all the way down to Dundas in the plans, and so the issue is...
It's more than a way.
It's more than a way. It will basically go from Dundas all the way up to Piddock Lake, and so we're stuck with this historic problem of Woodstock of do we name the entire thing Woodall Way, or do we go to the traditional Woodstock tradition of giving it 6 different names?
Yeah, no, I don't think we want that.
No, so I think the recommendation of economic development is to go with Woodall Way for the entire stretch.
And so we'll wait the industrial park itself, the Trimstra Park or Treemstra, we're going to wait to name that, or is that the name?
Probably. I mean, everyone keeps referring to it because it's the former Treemstra Farm, and there's a good chance that's probably what it will be. So that's the name that it'll probably stick.
All right, so we'll look for some budget recommendations Thursday night as well, the report for the methadone clinic to come forward. Thanks again, Pat, for your time.
Thank you, Adam.